Hey there, Stampers. Happy Friday. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and I'm here with you to share a nice, fun, colorful card today. Just updating my iPad. Okay. All right. So this card actually came about from scraps that I had sitting on my desk. I thought that I better use them up rather than put them away, and so this is what the end result was. So, okay, the main products that I'm using are the 2020-2022 in color 6x6 DSP. I love this DSP, and I love the new in colors. So here's one side of each of the patterns, and then there's the back side. It's such fun patterned papers. Oops, there we go. You get 8 sheets of each of those, or sorry, 4 sheets of each of those patterns, so 8 sheets of each of the colors. And I'm going to use the sunflower dies. Now the sunflower, I think it's called Celebrate Sunflower Bundle in the catalog, is one of my favorites. I absolutely adore it. I've been having lots of fun with it, but today we are just using the dies. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, and it's a quick card today, really quick. Okay, so I have a piece of Whisper White here that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to use the stitched rectangles to create a little window in my card. So let's see, I think, yeah, so I want to use that side. And then I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use, we're going to do all our die cutting at the same time. I'm going to use this detailed sunflower die. Good morning, Mom and Mary. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Mary Liz. Good morning, Kathy. Lots of people on this morning. And I only need about half the flower, so I'm just going to fit as much as I can on here. So I'm going to pull in my die cutting machine so I can cut both of those pieces. Oops. Okay. Boy, I'm looking forward to that new little mini machine when it comes available, so it doesn't take up so much space. Anybody else super excited about those new die machines? Can't wait. Okay, so I am just centering this on my card base. I better make sure I've got the right size here. I don't think I do. I think I need one size smaller. Okay, so I'm using the 4th largest one. Okay, my strips of pattern paper would not have been long enough if I used that one. Okay, so again, I'm just centering this, and you'll notice that my cardstock is not parallel to the Big Shot. I want it going in at a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to have a corner go in first, and that will avoid any kind of loud cracking. And sometimes you'll find that it gets a little bit tighter, so it helps if you have one part of the die going in first, and there's a straight edge, so that went in pretty smoothly. Whereas if I had lined up the straight edge of this die and put it in, you would have heard this really loud cracking, and it would have been a little stiff. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Sheila. Lots of people. Okay, so I'm using, like I said, this detailed die. I'm going to fit as much of it as I can on here. Just like that. So, and I mentioned at the very beginning that this card design actually came about from scraps on my desk. Okay. So I'll just pop that out. We'll get this out of the way. I think the card would look great with the flowers for every season as the DSP as well. You'll see how I'm using the DSP. Okay, so I'm going to use the frame. I'm not going to use this inside piece, so I'll set that aside. I can use that on a different project. Mary Liz says she loves the size and they fold up so that they take up less space on your table. Exactly. Much easier to pack up. I had somebody text me this morning. She says, you know, I think I'm in desperate need for a retreat. And I commented back, I think we all are. Oh my gosh, I think everybody's just tired of being cooped up. I mean, thankfully, we've had some nice weather. And it's supposed to be gorgeous today, although not so much on the weekend. I should have pulled out my dye brush, but that's okay. This allows me to chat with you guys while I'm doing this. So at least we can get outside. But yeah, a little creative escape would be lovely. Speaking of creative escapes, I have my one-day mini retreat next Saturday. There's still time to register for that event. You can actually register right up until Friday of next week. It's going to be lots of fun. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way here. Okay, so we've got half of a flower and we've got our frame. Now I'm going to pull in my card base. So surprise, surprise, it's a thick whisper white card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I would say probably 90% of the cards that I do use this thick whisper white card base. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a pencil. I'm going to center this and I'm going to trace the frame. So this will give me an idea. Oops, doesn't matter if it's straight because the line is going to get covered over. Okay, and then I've got strips of DSP. So I've got the 5 different colors. I'm choosing to do the wood grain side, and these measure 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to start placing them down on to cover over my my frame. So by using the pencil and tracing out that frame, that just allows me to know where I need to make sure the DSP covers. So it's going to look something like that. And it doesn't matter if they're lined up because the frame will go over top and it'll cover the edges. You do want to make sure that they're relatively straight. Let me move this up a little bit. All right. Your thick whisper white cracks where you score it? Do you fold in or out, Amy? Like when you score, do you, okay, if you were to put, just a sec, let me stick these down and then I'll show you what I do. I don't find mine cracks. Just give me a second here. I think it's easier to explain if I have a visual. Okay. Last piece on, oh, this one must be a little bit longer. That's okay. All right, so when I score, if I were to put this in my paper trimmer and use my scoring blade and score this way, this is how I fold. So I've broken the fibers on this side, so it allows them to fold this way. And then I don't find that it cracks. Like if I hold this up, you can see that there's no cracks there. All right. So I don't know if that will help or not, but give it a try. Okay, and then I've got my frame, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive to the back, right about there and along the bottom, because I'm going to attach my flower to the back. Let's flip it over. I think somebody's cooking bacon upstairs. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Ethan must be up. Okay, so just like that. And then I'm going to, oh my gosh, I just a tiny little bit there. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of my foam adhesive strips. I need to order another package. I'm almost done here. And I'm going to be generous with my foam adhesive strips. So first I'll go around the outside. You can use dimensionals for this as well, but I really like how a frame feels when you have these strips on it. It just feels like a solid frame, and I think I've mentioned that before. That's how you fold? And do you use your bone folder to make it nice and crisp? Or maybe it's not being scored enough. Maybe you're too gentle with your scoring tool. I'm not sure. I don't know why that would be happening, Amy. Okay. And then I'm going to do a row around the inside. So I'm just going to finish this off here. And this will help prevent it from, okay, so if I stuck it on like this, like when you touch the inside, it kind of sinks down, and I don't want that. Good morning, Anna. So I'm going to put a layer of foam strips right along the inside as well. I know some people are probably thinking, oh my gosh, Sherry, that's so much. But, you know, I just really like the way this feels. Like I said, it feels like a solid frame. All right, I think I might end up using all of it. It's my last strip. Okay, and then I'm going to put, okay, so if I stick that down, then this doesn't have any adhesive on it. So I'm going to take a few little pieces of this and just add them to the flower, and that will give some of the flower some stability. It's really tough to cut it narrow enough to put it on the petals, so I'm not going to worry about the petals. I'm really just adding it to the flower center. Okay, I've got one tiny little piece left. Okay, now we got to peel off all these backing. Does anybody have any plans this weekend? I think it's supposed to rain for those of you guys who are local. It's supposed to be beautiful today. Actually, I looked at the weather and I don't think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Earlier this week it said it was supposed to rain on Saturday, but it's just a little bit cloudy tomorrow. But I think thunder showers on Sunday. Oh, good morning, Barb, from the lake. Nice. Today's a beautiful day to be out at the lake. Did you bring anything to craft with you? Okay. This takes a bit of time here. Okay, I think I got all the backing off. A belated, oh, happy belated birthday, Amy. I remembered your birthday was, I remember your birthday is like a day either before or a day after Shauna's, right? I remember that from a previous Facebook Live. Okay, so now I'm positioning this so there's about 1/8 of an inch all around, just like that. And so now we've got that nice solid frame around the edges. And then I want to add a greeting, and I'm really into making cards that are very generic lately. I find that I have so many cards that that have specific greetings on them, and I find that I seem to have to make more cards, even though I've got a ton on hand to choose from because I don't have the right kind of card. So I've been focusing on a lot of just a little note or hello, so that's what I'm doing today. Just something generic so that when I need a card, I can pull out something that's generic like that. And if I need a birthday card or, you know, a thinking of you card or whatever type of card it is, congratulations, I can personalize the inside of the card at that time. So I'm going to use the word hello. I'm just catching up on the comments here. Let's see. Oh, Kathy, you're in Hinton. Nice. Oh, and she's working on swaps while her kids are out boating. Exactly. Living your best life, right? I bet it's nice to be out there. Is this the first time since this all happened that you've been out there? Okay, so I'm just using Memento ink. I just need to stand up for this, make sure I get it straight. And I'm going to stamp it. Actually, let's do it on the pink. Super cute. And then can anybody guess what the next thing is that I'm going to put on? If you've been watching my videos lately, I'm sure you know. You could probably guess. Yes, of course, the Flowers for Every Season gems. Seriously, can't make a card without them. So I'm just going to use the clear ones. The clear ones are my favorite. I do love the green ones as well, but the clear ones are my favorite. So put 3 little dots on there. This is my second package. I've already gone through an entire package of these. I believe they're on back order right now. As soon as they become available, I will be ordering a couple more packages because seriously, they're the best. Okay. So I've got 2 big ones and then 1 little one on here. And our card is done. Nice. That's good, Kathy. So there we go. Quick and easy card. Again, this all came about from scraps on my table. So I had the strips of these pieces of DSP on my table. I had one of these flowers cut from white that I didn't use on a different project. So the only thing that I had added to the card was the 2 larger pieces of Whisper White. And it's so cute. I love it. You could do it with the polka dot pattern. So where's my DSP? You could switch out the pattern DSP. I just chose to do the wood grain, but you could do it with the Share What You Love words. You could do it with the polka dot. You could even do it with this one here. It would look fabulous in any pattern. But you know what else you could use is you could use the Flowers for Every Season DSP. So this DSP, you could cut strips of this. You could even do, if you wanted it not to be like multiple colors, you could just do a solid pattern in behind, like this one. This one in behind there, I bet that would be really pretty. So, but you could also use the different patterns like this, because I think there's one in every color. I think there's a blue one in here. There's another one. That one. I love this paper. Okay. Oh, maybe there isn't one in every color, unless I've used it. Is there no pink? There's a yellow. I know there's a blue, because I've used the blue. I may have used the pink. So you could use something like this. Oh, there might not be a pink. So you could do something like that in there if you didn't have the in color. The strips are 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/4 inches. And I used I think it was the 4th largest stitched rectangle. Yeah. Super cute card and so simple. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and hopefully you get a chance to get crafty, especially if it's going to rain on Sunday. You might as well stay in and craft, right? And don't forget that you still have the opportunity to sign up for my mini creative retreat next weekend. All right, have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys all next week. Take care.